Hey, brother, I'd like to welcome you to your first lesson of trading options. I'm going to explain a little bit of how to buy my alerts. If you don't know options yourself, this will give you a really good idea of what to do, and you'll be able to, as I said, trade my alerts at least. So I'm going to start by saying this: a stock you will see a lot of times. Of course, you see this on online threads as well. If you already haven't as a trader yourself, you will see a dollar sign before the actual stock, like just like this. At the top of the page here, you'll see dollar sign V. And what that means is ticker V, okay? And you'll see on the second line dollar sign SPY, and that will be ticker SPY. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate both. So, dollar sign V, okay? What you would do is you would go in your search and just type in simply V. And you will see the first thing that pops up is Mr. Visa here. And dollar sign SPY would be ticker SPY, of course. Here we go. Now, getting into options in my alerts, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. You'll see, if you saw my alerts earlier, I believe this is your first day with me, you'll see my alert looks something like this right here. We're focusing on this line, okay? Don't worry about that just yet, but just focus on that first line right there. Um, dollar sign V 115 210 call at around 173. So I already went over what this means. So obviously, at this moment I'm calling a Visa option. So what we're going to deal with next is 115 210 call. So 115 210 call. All right. So what the options are now is, hang on one second. Sorry about that. I got a little distraction here. Somebody pulled up. All right. So, anyways, ticker V, okay? Ticker V, trade, trade options, the 15th. So, we're going to go the 15th, 210 call. Well, let me not get ahead of myself. Let me explain to you what the 15th is and what that means. You see these dates at the top right here. These are called expiration dates. So, these stock options are in essential a contract, and just like any contract, it expires. It doesn't last forever. So these right here are expiration dates. So I mean, they can range all the way from 2 to even I've seen them for 3 years out. So um, this is what they basically do, man. So basically, on probably 95% of stocks out there. Some will expire on Wednesdays, but 9 times out of 10 is going to almost always expire on a Friday. So these dates that you see are all expiring on Fridays. So as you see this week, that expires on the 15th. And this is just an example, man. I'm not in this trade. I'm just showing this, as an example for you. So you're texting me right now. I see. So, anyways, so we got the strike price. I mean, we got the expiration down. Now, let's go back to it. 210 call, okay? 210 call. So, that would be your strike price. So, that's why I went ahead and missed the strike. Because these babies right here, after you get your expiration down, you deal with the strike prices. And I said a 210 call. So, all right. And that would be right there. So one contrary to that, see, I'm not going to discuss price right now because there's a point that I'm getting at. So boom, there is your stock option. This stock option is the option that I just alerted. Now, with that being said, what does this mean? At around a buck 73. Well, that just simply means the price I got in at. Now, you're not going to get my exact price, most likely. You might or you might not. Now, however, um, I want you guys to get around that. So that's why I said at around. I want you to get kind of a ballpark around that. Now, obviously, if it goes up 30, 40, 50%, because occasionally that could happen, after I learned, by the time you get to the option to buy it, it's like, it's like 30, 40% up. Obviously, you'll be like, man, I missed out. I'll wait till the next alert. which I really, really recommend you doing that. Just wait till the next alert and get the next option I play, because that's just way a big gap above. Now, if you get below, hey, by all means, man, go and get in. All right, now I'm gonna discuss price with you and how kind of pricing works. Okay. Now, let's say that you see that $1.66 now. Let's say I alerted it, I don't know, 45 seconds ago, and it took you good 15 to 20 seconds to pull it up. So a minute's gone by. It's not at 173 anymore. As you can see, it's at 166. So for one contract of that, as I said, it does not cost $1.66. It's that times 100. Okay, so for one contract, that's how much that you're dealing with, $166 per contract. So even if you had one where where it was three cents, let's say, well, it's that 3 cents times 100. There again, you're at $30 per contract. Um, but what you would do, man, to be honest, because that's what's called market price, and the current price it sits now, which you're seeing it right here at $1.66. I go a little bit above, man, to be honest, because your order might not fill immediately. You want your order to fill pronto. I mean ASAP, right when you put it in. So I'm gonna go like, if it were me, I would do like right here. If it was sitting right there, I would go about 4 points above. I go about 170 actually. And of course the market's closed, but let's say boom, you swipe up, boom. It should have said, yeah, you'll see a message similar to this at the top saying, your order was filled, or your order is executed, something along those lines. However, this is important, dude. However, if you don't see that, that means your order is just sitting out there. If you don't see it immediately filled, go in, and I want you to go to your account page right here. Go to statements and history. Yep, statements and history. See at the top right there? That's the one I just did. So that order is still technically out there. I want you to immediately cancel that order. Boom, see? It's canceled. Then you would go back into your stock option, okay? So let me get back to it and try it again. What that means simply is probably it went up. So the market occasionally can move it that fast. So let's see here. Let me get off his Wi-Fi. There we go. So let's say you go back. So this is round two. You go back the second time, and let's say the market price is sitting at 172, because that's why you weren't able to get filled, because it was over your 170 bid. So your order did not get filled at that price. So is this your second time? You just went in and canceled your order. You immediately are back now. This is the current market price. I would go up a little bit, man. If it was at $1.72, I would do like 176 and try that. Boom, and get it filled. So you had to kind of adjust it and bump it up some. That's normal. That can happen. So that's how you buy. And I must say this: you don't want an order there all day. Like, you don't want an order sitting there all day, because it goes on the day, your order doesn't get filled. Or let's say it does get filled. Let's say if you forget your order is out there and it was unfilled 2 hours ago. Well, let's say you get to doing something about hour 3 or 4. You thought you missed out, and boom, your order gets filled. The market really drops. Well, that could be bad, man. You can look at the end of the day and, oh damn, it filled this order, and now I'm 50% down or 70% down. However, that's why you don't want to ever leave an order sitting there on the table. You want to go in and execute it right then and there. As I said, a thing will pop up at the top immediately when it executes or fills. Now, okay, I want you to do the same thing on the sold side. Now, when I alert a stock saying sell, to sell that option I alerted, I'll just keep it simple. V sold at around 220. So there again, that's what price I sold at. You might not get the exact price. Let's say you go in, and the quickest way to access what options you're in is on your main page, so you don't have to search for it every single time. So once you're in your option, just go to the main screen. So go to the home screen on your app, And boom, there it is. Like, these are the two current options I'm actually in here. See, boom, boom, GM and DE. Those are the two I currently hold now. So you would just click. Let's just say, let's just say the top was V. You would just boom, click on that. It takes you right to it. So let's get back to the one I was giving you an example of, V. So trade options at 15, 210. So with that being said, I sold at 220. Let's say that it dropped very slightly. Let's say it could either drop or it could rise. You might get out, as I said. You might actually do a little bit better than me, man. It could be 228, But let's just say in this case it's at 217. Okay, so that's the current market price. There again, man. On the selling side, you want to go a few points below, because there again, you don't want to have that order right just at market price, because it might not fill. You might have an order just unfilled and sitting out there, and you really miss out. Or worse. So what I would do if it was at 217, I would do about maybe 214, 215, around that area. I do about 214, and boom, it should sit there again. You should, see a notification at the top immediately, pronto, right after you hit that sell button, that hey, your order's been executed, or hey, your order's been filled. If you don't, there again, brother. Like, let's just say if I sold here, like, boom, let's see here. What did I say? 214. Okay, I'm gonna give the example. Okay, I sold it. But let's pretend that you didn't see the execute, the message at the top saying your order has been filled or executed. Well, then I'd be like, oh damn, it's still sitting out there, and you're correct. So what you're gonna do again is you're gonna go to your main page in your account, statements and history. You'll see it right here at the top. You see it? It's sitting there. You will hit cancel. Then you will go back in and replace your order accordingly. Adjust it a few points, as I said, a few points below what the current market